FDA advisors are now endorsing a major update to the COVID vaccine.
The only includes protection for the Omicron subvariants, not the original strain. Dr. Peter Hotez, Dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor College of Medicine, is live with us. Dr. Hotez, the recommendation is that we do away with the bivalent vaccine, just go to this monovalent. So why is this?
Well, I think the reason is, one, it seems to be that these Omicron subvariants are now completely dominant. There's not much resembling the original lineage around anymore, so one, we don't need it, and second, it may reduce our ability to respond to these new Omicron variants. So the recommendation is now, from now on, the boosters are going to reflect what's actually circulating, and these XBB variants seem to be dominating now, starting now, and as we head into the fall. I think one of the most important messages, even though the COVID numbers are down, we're looking pretty good, for instance, here in Houston. Most of us think that COVID will eventually turn into these annual winter waves. So almost like influenza. So that's how we have to think about it, that we should expect another rise as we head into December and January. And so the FDA advisory meeting was specifically to address that. What type of booster for COVID should we offer alongside giving an influenza booster as we head into the fall and winter?
And it does seem like the interest of getting a booster has dipped a lot with the COVID vaccine. What do you suggest to people as they head out on trips, as they're hopping on those airplanes and traveling? Are you suggesting they consider that booster?
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, only about 17% of Americans starting last fall took advantage of this new type of bivalent booster that we have. That's still very effective, and now the recommendation is, if you're more than 6 months out of that, to get a second one. And the reason you should really strongly consider it is because there's still a lot of circulating COVID, and even if you've been previously vaccinated or if you've been infected, you're still vulnerable to reinfection, and we're still seeing a significant number of hospitalizations. And so I'm a big proponent now of getting the current bivalent booster while it's still available as we head into the summer, and then later on in the year think about yet another booster, and this may become an annual event of needing that kind of regular XBB or related booster.
Yeah, there was a lot of debate about whether this should be treated like the flu. Dr. Hotez, do you think that it should be updated yearly?
I think that could be likely. Again, we'll see. I mean, if COVID-19 totally disappears by next year, it may not be necessary. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll get into a pretty seasonal pattern. And so I think if you're an adult, especially if you're a senior, as we get closer to the fall and winter months, you should think about actually a small group of adult vaccines for seniors. So this would include not only your COVID booster, but your annual influenza booster, and a new RSV vaccine. RSV stands for respiratory syncytial virus. It's emerged as a very important and lethal cause of illness among adults, especially those with underlying respiratory or cardiovascular illness. So that's how you have to think of this, is looking at adult immunizations on a regular basis, especially if you're a senior.
All right. Dr. Peter Hotez, always so helpful. Thank you for taking time from talking to us with Baylor College of Medicine and Texas Children's Hospital. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you. Thank you.